Seat number one, Andy. You guys know him. You guys gotta get to know him a little bit better on Wayne's Poker Craft this past Monday. I really enjoyed it. If you guys want to watch it, I think it's on our back end on our website. I love
Can't
it.
get a read this time, buddy. Haven't fucking looked.
700.
Too busy figuring how much I need to.
Seat number two is John Cohen, rising star here in LA. Seat number three is John Sin, 2018 World Series main event champ. The champ of all champs is in the building. Seat number four, Garrett Adelstein, known to be one of the best players all around. Seat number six, Bill Klein. Get back to introducing the players. You guys know them, though.
Thank you.
1,000.
First hand over pair versus over pair. Neither player loves this king.
Check. Check, check.
Johnson with the set on the river. 4,000 in the pot. Flush draw bricks. Can make his hand look like a missed flush draw. And he's going to bet a quarter pot. Targeting these hands like pocket threes and fives and sevens and eights. He's really targeting those hands. Pretty spot on with this bet sizing.
10 seconds.
Small bet. Garrett's probably just going to paint it off. Garrett only has to be good here 1 in 6 times. Wow, Garrett makes the fold.
Let's get this game started.
Rack it up.
All right.
Rack it up.
I'll rack up and go home now. That's all.
Actually,
I'm
everybody
exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm going home.
Most likable man in poker.
Happy to chop this with you guys. Let's get out of here.
All right.
What can you do, Magic? I'm kidding.
600. Call.
Maria now with the 2 jacks.
Raise it. 20.
John Sin is going to go for the back-to-back squeeze. And we're going to go 3 ways to this flop.
3 players.
Jackson lead, but equities are running close.
Let's see what's going on with Lakers and Clippers tonight.
Check.
8,500 in the pot, and Johnson at the top of his range.
3,000.
He's going to bet about a third of the pot. Enough to keep the Jackson for sure.
Call. Heads up.
Johnson is capable of having some straights here, 6, 7, ace deuce. So even though this board looks pretty dry,
Lakers 4, Clippers 6.
it is a pretty dangerous board.
6,500.
I really like Johnson's bet sizing here, trying to keep in those under pairs to the king. Maria's got to risk 6,500 to win 2,100 and feels she's getting the right price, so she's going to make the call.
Something really awkward socially about poker. Quiet. Very intense.
10 seconds.
Wow, pretty sick. Johnson is going to go for another street of thin value, it looks like. It's going to have to be like a quarter pot.
13,000 is the best.
Whoa, he goes half pot.
Seconds.
And if you're Maria here, the main hand that you beat is ace queen. That's going to go the distance with 3 barrels. She gives up the jacks.
Got it. Just had fun. Sweet.
Where'd you go play?
1,000.
Cabo.
You're going to Vegas tomorrow, yeah. Do anything fun? I'll let you play your hand.
Vegas.
When you were in
Maybe
Cabo.
maximum large.
Just relax.
Yeah.
It's fun for me. What is?
1,000.
Do you like that? Like, low-key, beachy type?
And Andy with
Vegas,
number 1
where you're
here.
mostly just kinda chilling?
2 Angels, also known as American Airlines.
Yeah.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, me too. I don't enjoy that too
And
much.
Daniel flops 2
Even
pair.
like when we travel like that, we went to the Cayman Islands like not too long ago.
Daniel, puts in the
Like, we're
sneaky
still out
call,
there
and
doing
there's an
2 or
8 on
4
the
scuba
turn.
dives a day.
Yeah,
Like I gotta be doing some shit, like
I
always.
paddleboarded and did stuff like that.
Oh, so that that
More
counts.
like,
Yeah.
yes,
But you know, many people they'll travel, they'll literally
Andy, now
sit
with the
in
bigger
that
2 pair, it's
chair,
almost like
for
Daniel
12
sensed it out.
hours.
Yeah.
Or like my worst nightmare. And I'm not shitting on it. It's just my worst nightmare. Is like
6,000.
you have like a timeshare or whatever you have. Like you just, or you stay at the same resort, whatever, and then you just sit at the resort pool all day, every day. Like I would so much
Daniel's
rather
just gonna
sit
pay
in a
it.
dark bedroom all day, every day than that. Like,
I don't know if that's better.
Bad
No,
news
I
for
mean
him.
it's better, like in the sense that I don't have to travel to get there. Like I'd rather just stay at home. That's what I mean.
You like
That counts.
1,200. Three players. Check. Check. 2,000.
Garrett with top 2 pair. John Cohen also with the king.
I believe so. I was over there.
Cooler flop for John Cohen.
For my off day with a friend of mine.
Oh, and John gets there on the turn.
Top 10 days.
$8,100 in the pot.
Last decade. It was only 2 of us. There was nobody else on the golf course, and we were catching up anyway.
Check, check.
And it must have
And
taken me
Garrett
6
checks
hours
it
'cause
back.
I didn't even care about
He
playing.
knows that
I mean,
John
it's
can have
just-
queen 10 there.
Every tree was a slightly different color. From
Some
I
king
mean, it was
jacks,
just
maybe some slow play pocket
Yeah, it was like
jacks,
he
and
didn't
some
wanna-
slow played sets.
ruined if I actually happened to hit a golf ball.
Bet.
But that's so rare.
5,500.
5,500 from John Cohen. Wonder if Garrett is thinking about putting a raise here. He does have 2 pair as well. Interested to see how Garrett dissects his hand here.
10 seconds.
Call.
He calls you.
And he just makes the call.
Raise it. Make it 4,200. Make it 10,500.
And Bill with the 4-bet here with 2 4s. Pretty sick here. He must think that John is 3-betting way too much and he's going to put in the 4-bet. Oh, and John's going to make
Heads up.
the call, and we're going to see a $22,000 pot to the flop. John Cohen with the nut flush draw, also a very good blocker to ace, king, and aces.
Bet 8,500.
8,500. About 40% pot bet. Bill Klein putting John Cohen to the test here, but John Cohen has a pure continue. You can continue with the raise and you can continue with the call.
Check.
John Cohen's hand gets even better. Although he does know that Bill's range consists of a lot of ace-king hands, he does have the removal for them.
Check, check.
Check, check. Nearly $40,000 in this pot. I think John Cohen has another check here. Check.
10,000.
But he leads a quarter pot trying to get value from queens. Well done. It's the biggest pot so far, I believe.
All right. You're a good man. Thank you for that.
600.
I'm going to be sweating bullets here in a minute. I might need it.
Four players. Check. Check. 1,200. Call.
Garza with top pair, and he's going to bet multi-way.
Call.
Daniel does make the call, figuring he's getting a decent price here, 1,200 to win 5,100. He does have the backdoor diamond, 2 overs.
Who's on lockdown?
Yeah. He has ace 10, right?
That was a lockdown fold as well. You guys are going to laugh at me when you see this stream.
Pretty action card. Danny now with open-ended. Bill with the nut straight.
Bet. 3,700.
Garrett kind of in a tough spot here.
Okay, fold.
Fold.
And he makes the fold. He just doesn't like how connected that turn card is. I would imagine Bill's going to put in a big healthy raise here. Something to the fine tune of something like 12,000 maybe?
Raise it up. Make it 12,000.
12,000 on the money.
Call.
Daniel does make the call.
Heads up. Check.
30,000 in the pot. Daniel with 17,000 back, and Bill with the nut straight, although the board did pair. Daniel would have to have something like 10-6 or Jack-6.
Check, check.
Oh, and it goes check, check. Bill's worried that Daniel could have a full house.
Bill. I did make a lockdown fold. 500.
3-bet by Maria with the 2 nines.
He said that she was moving too slow right in front of
I think all options are available for John Sin. A little bit of calling, a little bit of raising, a little bit of folding seems good. Cooler flop here for John.
How much
Maria
you
with
got, Daniel?
bottom set.
100K? Yeah. All right. He has 100,000.
Daniel just added 100,000 in seat number 9.
How much did I win? 123. Bet. 1,700.
Third sizing here on a board that she dominates. She could have aces, kings, ace, king.
Maybe change.
She could have all the sets,
Please break it down.
the best 2 pair. $8,800 in the middle. John is still ahead of queens and jacks and some bluffs like 8-7 suited.
10 seconds. Bet. 5,000.
Bet of 5,000.
Call.
John Sin's going to continue for at least one more street. John Sin now loses to jacks. He doesn't beat much, even though he has an ace now.
Seconds.
It looks like she's reaching for something like 10,000.
10,500.
10,500. Johnson's getting 4-1 on his money. He's got to risk 1 unit to win 3 units, which means he has to be good here 25% of the time. Is he good here 25% of the time? I do not know. It's a very tough board. He does beat like 8-7 suited that might go the distance. Turns a 7 into a pair. And John just pays it off. Sometimes when you're getting the right price, you just make the call.
Oh, it's a straddle?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
What do you want to do?
1,200?
All right, 1,200.
Make it 4,000.
John Cohen with the 3-bet. Massively high stakes being played. Straddle round intact.
Call. Heads up. Check. Bet 3,000.
John with top pair and a backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw is going to pile in 3,000. Daniel's going to call. He's got some good backdoor equity as well on a pair. 2 pair now for Daniel.
Check.
John Cohen does not like that card and checks it back. 2 pair versus 2 pair. 1-liner of the straight on board though.
8,000 is the bet.
8,000 from Daniel. John Cohen is worried that Daniel has something like ace 10 or king 10 or jack 10. $8,000 to win $22,000. Looks like John Cohen's just going to pay it off. He's hoping that Daniel just has some sort of brick. He does pay it off.
That's fair.
Pretty thin value bet from Daniel. Well done.
Nice play.
5.
Immediate fold.
25.
Give him a free one.
25.
John with the big 3 bet. 2,500 to go. Byron with the new 2019 version of Ace King. Ace 5 suited.
Raise.
It's got some good removal. Playing it like aces and Ace King. He's going to put in the 4 bet. John Cohen's going to make the call. Just like that, there's $17,000 in the pot. Oh, and 2 pair for Byron. John with pocket kings, and just like that, ace magnets on the flop. Bet of 6,100 and a call. Turn card is not very good for John as well, since Byron could have 2 queens in his hand. See what sizing Byron wants to go for. He's obviously attacking hands like Ace King, are the hands that he's targeting to get value from.
One more minute. $16,000.
I like Byron's sizing here. He bet 16,000. Meaning if John calls, he's going to have 40,000 to shove the river with.
I meant to bet 65 on the flop. That's why I said oops.
Say 400.
Did it say that somewhere, or we were told that? 'Cause I was
Oh, you guys didn't know?
that.
I just found that out right now.
Yeah, John Bible by the yes, it's 4 in the middle. Garrett raised to 6. 130 this or 2,000.
Will not be staying late hours, but okay. At least like 6.
Daniel with the 3 bet. Garrett with just a flat.
I hear there's a good wait list. Word on the street.
You know, 3 ways to this flop. And Maria with a set of 10s. Garrett also with a pretty sick hand. He's Got a straight draw on the nut flush draw. Daniel also has an open-ended with the king of hearts in hand, so you can make the second nut flush. Maria's gonna bet 4,000, which is about 2/3 the pot. Garrett has the perfect removal card for the nut flush. Garrett's thinking about mixing a raise in or a call in with his pure continue with the ace of hearts in hand. Garrett and Daniel both break out, and Maria still with a set of tens. Maria bets 12,000. Snap folds from Garrett and Daniel.
I was in Toronto, so I didn't think you win.
Raise it up. 1,000.
Raise.
You raise 5. 5,000.
Garrett with another 3-bet versus John. Garrett does flop top 2.
Check.
Seems like it's been the story of this session so far. John opens, Garrett 3-bets. John with the gut shot, he's going to take a stab.
4.
Not the best seat to have. Garrett on your left. Hyper aggressive player. And just a smooth call from Garrett. That's how you know Garrett is a balanced player and has a balanced strategy. Although he is hyper aggressive, he mixes in his top 2 pair with a check call when he was the aggressor. Like he would play his ace king and ace queen type of hands.
Your chips, please.
And a big bet by John Cohen to 15,000. John Cohen is saying he has the hands. That Garrett is repping 9s, 8s, 6s. Some overpairs and some big draws. He's repping that he has something like 10s or jacks. Needs protection. Or those sets.
Yeah. So you still live in Chicago?
No, I live in Chicago.
Check.
I'm from New York.
Oh, okay.
If John did have those hands, he did counterfeit Garrett's 9-8, but he checks it back. That was a pretty massive pot for almost $50,000.
Yeah, we should instill like the John Cohen rule. Or like anytime your stack gets below, like
You just have this one.
you just have to reload. Yeah, you're just embarrassing everyone else.
700.
Bump it up. 5,000. Seconds. Ball. Heads up. Bet. 8,000.
And we got a flush draw versus flush draw. It's going to be a big pot brewing here. Both players with 2 overs. Usually these hands get played super fast.
Ten seconds. Ball.
Maria's just going to put in the smooth call. She's ahead of all other flush draws like she is. She's got good equity if Andy does have overpairs. And Andy now with a straight draw, flush draw, and still only has 20% equity, and the pot is already $27,200. Definitely the biggest pot of the night potentially.
Bet. 14,000.
And Andy says half pot 14,000. There was a 3-bet pre-flop from the small blind. So Andy's telling the story that he has something like aces, kings, ace, king. Maria has good removal to block those hands. She's trying to figure out how much she has in her stack. She knows she has a pure continue here. She is ahead of something like 10 jack of clubs or 6-7 of clubs. So she does have a little bit of showdown value. Maria's trying to figure out what's the best way to dissect this hand. With the call or with the raise. She makes the call, and this pot is now $55,200, and we're off to the river. And there's the brick. Andy with jack high, bottom of his range.
10 seconds. Time.
He has around 20 combos of value with aces, kings, ace, king. So you should have around 10 combos of bluffs. So if he's using 10 jack of clubs
Check.
and some 6-7s and 7-8s, and he checks it though.
Seconds.
Oh, Maria checks it back, and she's gonna win with ace high. $55,200 pot, and ace high is gonna win it.
Maria, you own 1,000.
then he just moves the tray like 10 feet that way.
Yeah, and sits over there in a
Sits
corner.
over there and eats like.
Everyone's keeping
And nobody wants to say anything to him.
Yeah, I don't care like how broke I am or how good this food is. Like I'm getting the fuck out of there.
I'm done.
eating that food. Yeah.
I'm leaving the food.
Yeah.
He's getting food elsewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't really like. I'm not happy
There's
wasting
a better
food. but
chance somebody's going to
gotta
wear
do
the
it.
food.
Yeah.
There's a better chance someone might wear that food before I'd actually.
One time we were at a game with Nick, and we'd been playing like a long time, so it was pretty late at night. And I like cooler him in a big hand, stack him, and he leaves. He had already ordered food. His food comes like 5 minutes later, and I
Guys,
send
the
him a text.
graphics are
I'm
a
like,
little
"You
bit
still
off.
want your food, bro?"
Byron didn't just raise 60,000,
he really liked that one.
but he did raise to 600, and there's a
Oh,
3-bet.
special times. You guys just have special.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff you can't write.
You know, you really. It was so funny.
People sitting
Yeah.
around a room trying to write that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And I think Nick's like a great candidate because I think he's probably secretly, 3% mad when I send the text. Like, if he just cares 0, it's not quite as good.
And we're gonna see
I'm
through
always
ways to the
been like that
flop.
though, with like my closest friends my whole
Can I
life.
get a chocolate milkshake?
I feel really uncomfortable being nice to them.
Andy with middle pair,
400.
best kicker, and a backdoor flush draw. And the aggressor.
Peter. Peter. Can you go get a card? 10 seconds.
Third pot sizing
He
from
needs a
Andy.
card in the back.
I think that
Card,
sizing
card. Easy, super.
does the trick. It keeps him worse,
I'll just go in the room and they'll get
which
it.
it just did. Keeps an 8-7 suited.
Play
Live
this
at the bike
game a
room.
bunch, too,
Next to the tournament.
where we rate like our top 5 types of Asian cuisine.
Yeah.
Have you been to the table?
Perfect card for Byron, who now turned
We've
an
played
open-ended
before,
and a
yeah.
snap check from Andy. This can be a spot where Byron just unleashes havoc sometimes, and sometimes where he takes a free
You
card.
been to
Great choice.
But I think if he unleashes havoc, he's got to go
Yazawa?
bet
Well,
and
not
a
so
big
much
bet
that,
river.
just like-
Yeah, 10,000.
It's really rich.
10,000 from
I'm
Byron.
not a whip into shape kind of. Just like
There's one big
let's
bet.
raise the bar. Yeah, yeah. Let's just raise the bar a little bit here.
37,000, and these pots are
Instead
getting
of making
really
3
big
trips
now.
out of everything, let's make 2 trips out of it.
Check. It's basically like Korean barbecue, but like the meats are like,
Walk around, know
Check
where
from
the
Andy.
bathrooms are.
Yeah.
Know where.
it's like, yeah, the same concept.
Did you know if you go to Disneyland,
Byron shouldn't
you
have a
somebody
5
with
in his
all
hand
the
betting
employees,
like
you ask
this.
the employees, the 2 things they have to do is they have to act
That's the
like
brick
it's the
card.
first time anyone's ever asked them. No rolling your eyes.
Right.
And the answer is straight ahead and to your right. That's always the answer. Because wherever you are, there's a bathroom straight ahead and to the right.
Byron
Laid it out
with
so that's the answer.
8 high in his hand knows he cannot win with 8
Nobody has
high.
to look around and see where they are. And
See, so how can they really get annoyed with that question when like they
Yeah,
know what
but I mean,
like,
it's-
they always
yeah.
have to, they only have to answer one way. They don't really have to figure it out.
Yeah.
In their
Can
head.
Byron go for this one
they
here?
shouldn't.
I think if he puts in a
But that
massive
was
bet,
a
he's
fun
going to get
fact
Andy to
that I had
fold.
heard that one. I knew about
Yeah.
the
Could I get
attitude
a cucumber salad?
always act
A
like.
lot with your grandkids.
No, I had some friends that worked there, and then my kids and my grandkids go.
I do.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's no question that
My
Byron's
wife
at the
and her
bottom of his
girlfriend-
range
My wife and her girlfriends
with
go.
8 high.
I mean, they love the place. It's a fun place. It's a great little day. Yeah.
Check, check.
Oh, and it goes check, check, and Andy's going to win with
And they always-
Ace Jack for a
and it's always to make sure
$37,000 pot.
Just like a side of kimchi.
You always feel like you're trying to.
And he
beat the
got
system.
sticky.
How do you get into this line?
It's pretty good.
1,500? Oh.
None of the rest of you saw this one either, huh?
No.
My name is Dolomite.
Heads up.
Pretty good.
Check.
Yeah, it's. I watched it because it was like on the list for a few Golden Globe nominations
Really?
itself. Yeah.
1,500.
Kinda. He plays like this kind of like
John with top pair and Daniel with
guy
second
who always
pair.
wanted to be like a famous
John
singer,
Sin
rapper,
with the
actor,
backdoor flush draw as
and
well.
then like he becomes one basically through like black exploitation movies. I think I'm pronouncing that word correctly. Do you know what those are?
Turn is a pretty big brick.
It's like a popular
Four
thing like in the
large.
70s, right? Yeah.
Good
You would
spot
if
for
you-
Johnson to keep getting
You're
some
old.
value from
Yeah.
some flush draws, some
Or if you
straight
just
draws,
waste your
and
time on a
some
lot of
worse
things
king
like me.
X.
Yeah. But I
Or
think you'd like
even
it.
jack
like,
with
does
an
a lot of
amazing
rapping
kicker
and
like
stuff.
Daniel does have.
Right. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. 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 He's made a lot of bad movies in the like last whatever. This one's pretty good. It's really well. It's even better reviewed than I thought it was.
This pot is ballooning
Critical
to
reviews are like very good.
almost $15,000. Pretty wet board here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting river card because John improves to
I just
2 pair.
saw, it's
But
like
it is
the
a card that
Eminem produced one. It's
does
called,
smash the
Foggy.
middle of the
Have
deck
you
right
heard of
there.
this? It's
Middle
pretty
of
good.
that
Like no
board.
one very famous, but it's like a rap battle movie. Yeah. I assume you loved 8 Mile, right? This movie was really good too, dude. You'd like it. Yeah. It's
Wonder
fun.
what sizing Johnson's going to pick
Yeah.
here. Probably something
I
around
would say
half pot
half
again.
of Bodied is like rap battles, and I just love watching that shit. So yeah.
11,500. 11,500.
And Johnson goes pretty big. 11,500.
I gotta get that for Christmas. I gotta get that for Christmas. So I can clean my aluminum siding.
Yeah, you strike me as a guy that does your own siding. I nailed that one.
Tough spot for Daniel here. He just
Good read.
feels
Good
like
again, right?
Johnson might be going for it with miss flush draw. Daniel does beat something like 6-7 of hearts, ace-5 of hearts, ace-4 of hearts. But as we can see, he's way behind the 2 pair of Johnson.
Ten seconds. Time.
And here comes a time chip from Daniel. He's very confused by this bet by Johnson. Daniel still in the tank, wondering if Johnson would have went bet with some missed flush draws.
10 seconds.
You seen the recent Eminem and Nick Cannon back and forth? Haven't followed it. They're just talking
called
shit
you.
to each other
King
again.
10.
And Daniel makes the call, and Johnson's going to win a $37,000 pot. Conrad, Brian Chang, Wayne, of course, who's rocking with us as well. Metal Doctor, Come Up Kid Alex, Red Wolves 1. Newton De Leon. What's up, Newton? Intramorph as well. What's up, Intramorph? See you guys all out there in the chat. Those of you guys who are new to Live at the Bike, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Bringing you high stakes action every Friday here from the Bicycle Casino. We got a new hotel.
1,200.
Awesome brewery here. If you guys want to check it out, actually brew 4 beers here. We've got quantum tournaments going on this weekend, so if you guys want to play some tournaments and you're in LA, come on down, check it out. Daniel with a pair of jacks. Byron with the lead. Byron with the gut shot as well. Some good removal to Ace King. Probably about the best removal you can ask for.
38.
Byron gets there. Byron with the nut straight. $13,600.
10 seconds.
All right.
14-7.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Pot-sized bet just about from Byron. See if he can wiggle out of this one, and he makes the
Disappointed,
call.
John. Oh no, that's his. That's yours, right? That's not. It's not really, unhealthy enough for how things are going.
Wasn't there this place, I forgot what it's called, maybe like Village?
The Village,
Didn't
yeah.
they have some big games and like what happened to those?
The club got shut down.
It's now 7 Mile, right? Is it the same place?
It was Palomall, then Village, then 7 Mile.
Okay.
I played like in all those big games at the Village. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It was just like small game, and then us with a bunch of armed guards just playing a different game, just like at
5,000. Make it 5 large.
in random secret times and like yeah.
I've seen what it is. It's pretty sketchy. Yeah.
It was like one of the weirdest things. Yeah, they let us play with commerce ships. I would never admit any of this now. I always never leave a casino with any money. But at the time, you couldn't get a box at this piece of shit
Okay,
place.
right, so you had to just
So people
roll
would
with it.
come and go with chips from
And Byron
other
with
LA
a big
casinos,
three
which
bet with
they
his two
illegally let us
queens.
play with, and it was just a big clusterfuck, dude. Just every
We got
rule
a
is the Wild West.
$15,000
Every
pot
rule
in
is
our
broken.
hands.
You'd have like
Chris
20
also with
people
an
from the
overpair,
smallest
and
games just hanging on the
Bill
rail,
with the
like
mystery
trying
hand.
to watch. It was good times.
7,000.
Everyone I played with was even worse than me. That wasn't a bad part of it.
Half pot size bet from Byron. Both players with the spade in hand, which means both players can make a backdoor flush.
Good old Chula Vista.
Oh, Chula Vista is that's way down
For
south.
sure, yeah.
This should slow down action from both players.
I've like never
You don't
even
go
been there.
to
Yeah.
you don't go that south.
No, but I've heard there's nice areas there now.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't been there.
Nice areas of Chula Vista, I wouldn't know.
No,
Yeah. There was
they're
one.
building like nice areas there is what I've heard.
There was one Holiday Inn around there that was reasonable, and nothing else was like nice for like a long way. Stay there is fine. And that was it. Didn't seem like a particularly nice area, but I'll take your word for it, man.
It's 5-star right now.
Yeah.
And Chris gonna turn his sevens into a bluff. He's gonna rep a flush, or he's gonna rep an ace. Put Byron in a tough spot. Byron, I don't think he can fold here for getting a price of 11,000 to win 40,000 with the queen of spades in his hand.
Check.
Chris can rep a flush. He can rep 6-7 if he decides not to give up.
All in.
And Chris rips it all in for $25,800. Chris's second or third hand on the table. So fearless. He has pinpointed Byron's exact hand. He thinks he has something like tens through kings, maybe with the spade in it. Thinks he can get Byron to lay those down. Let's see. What do you guys think in the chat? 1, if you think Byron's going to call. 2, if you think Byron's going to fold. This will be the biggest pot of the night if Byron makes the call. It'll be a $100,000 pot. Byron time chip extended. What do y'all think in the chat? 1 call, 2 fold. I'm not sure. I do know this is a 6 spot. Twitch chat is rocking a lot of 2s. You guys think he's gonna fold? The Twitch chat, mainly all folds. Pretty sick combo for Chris to bluff though with. He blocks 6-7 and he blocks some flush draw. So YouTube chat thinks he's gonna call. I see a lot more ones in the YouTube chat. And Byron makes a fold.
Comes right in.
This guy's playing great.
Wow, and
guy,
Chris gets it through. I think he showed the hand. Sevens with a spade, yeah, he showed the hand. What a sick puppy. His second hand, $1 million cash game 5.0 and goes for
I'll
it.
take sevens. Any of you guys can have the field if you want to bet $5.
No, I believe
The other guy.
Yeah, with 8
No, I'm just kidding. No, it applies well to you too. I was talking about the other guy, but Silent Assassin also applies to you in 0 ways.
Michelle, though. Whittle recently, you know?
Bump it up. 44 hundo.
The thing you wrote on Twitter was so funny, dude. You're like, here we have this guy about to put Garrett into retirement, and then we never find out. It feels bad. That shit was so funny. Oh, I love it.
44 hundred.
I mean, how does he not just, be like, hey,
Yeah,
I think
come
you're
on.
crazy, but what do you got, man?
What do you got? I'll hear you out at least. Yeah, it's free to listen, right? Yeah. Fuck, I want to hear it too. Yeah. Take a look at least, right? Yeah.
Alright. 3 players.
Yeah, I don't really care who it is. There's something about, like, when you play poker, there's a level of insecurity. Like,
Oh, yeah.
if someone goes,
Bet.
I know this guy, I can always read his soul,
Yeah,
you're just like, fuck, okay? You know?
I remember when I full started playing, someone once told me, like, I have a talent here. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can tell when you're going to fold your hand pre-flop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
But it tailified me, so.
for sure. Said it once, I've said it a million times. If you can get a read on me, you win. You get the money. And I think we got a table full of people who feel the same. We got no hoodies, no sunglasses. You know what I mean, hoodies, Magic. Don't nitpick with me, okay?
John's gonna check again.
What's that?
He's gonna check for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, this hoodie.
Maria does turn to 3.
never
His
wear
Spidey
the same
senses are on. That's how you become the main event champ. You have to run good, but your Spidey senses have got to be on point.
Bet 15,000.
And for some reason, with wide range spots, straddle versus button,
No, I just
3
mean
bet
like I
pot,
gained 10 pounds this week. Yeah.
his Spidey senses are on that. Maria could have ace king and ace queen, I guess. Although she'd probably 4-bet ace king, but that she could also have ace 5, ace 7, ace 3 suited. And John's gonna make the call, praying for a jack.
Blake is good, man.
River's a king,
Pretty good.
which is a pretty big brick besides that it's a spade.
The game has really picked up. A lot of big
Because Maria
good time.
would have 4-bet ace king most likely.
Huh?
I would say probably at a 90%
Yeah,
frequency.
man, you kind of fucked that hand up, bro. What was going on there?
Oh, cool.
Can't do it on my day that fast.
53,800 in the pot.
Time.
The main hand that Maria would be targeting is ace queen, ace jack, and ace 10 suited. Some offsuit combos as well.
Always.
$18,500 is the bet.
18,500. This is almost a similar spot earlier when Maria had a set of 10s. John Sin had something like ace jack again or ace queen. Actually had ace 10 that hand.
Ten seconds.
What hands would Maria go call bet that John beats here? Maybe something like 8-9 suited of hearts and diamonds. Or some 7-8 suiteds of hearts and diamonds. Do we think Maria would be bluffing with those hands, turning those hands into bluffs? Her sizing is so small in the river, it's from a leveling standpoint, it looks like she wants to be called. If she was bluffing with those hands, and I'm not saying she wouldn't choose those sizings, but it seems like she's targeted those hands perfectly with this sizing. Ace, queen, ace, jack, ace, 10.
10 seconds.
And it's level 1 of leveling.
Oh, man.
Time.
Level 2 of leveling would be a bluff here. And John Sin knows he's getting such a good price, and sometimes when you're getting a good price, you just have to pay it off. I've seen John Sin be spectacular in these spots, though, where he wiggles out somehow, but he only has to risk 18,000 to win 72,000. So he has to be good here, something like 1 in 4 times.
So C9 new.
John Sin thinks he's good here like 22% of the time here. He has to call. Tough spot, though.
Keep going back and forth. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Nice.
10 seconds.
And it looks like Johnson's going to have to use another time chip.
Oh, I missed it.
Time.
What is that, 3 times?
Johnson is pretty frustrated in this spot here. The only hands he beats, like I said, were some 8-9s and 7-8 suiteds that turn into bluffs. And John Sin gives it up.
We're gonna reset on time. We're gonna reset right now on this hand.
Nobody home.
Make it 3,600.
That's
3,600.
Fuck.
John with pocket kings. And a 3-bet Andy with
I got it.
pair in his hand as well.
I actually think it's.
Did
Yeah,
you add
started
John?
with 50. I added 20 like a while ago.
Okay, he added 20K a while ago.
And John is not as short as his stack indicates. He added 20,000 a while ago. So John is sitting with 50,000-ish. Pair versus pair, blind versus button. Very wide range spots. 83,000. Sorry, 8,300 in the pot.
4,000. Call.
Bet a 4,000 and a snap call.
Maybe overtime. Check. Oh, he missed.
Nice. Wait, don't lose it. Oh,
Bet.
very fortunate.
6,400.
6,400 from Andy with an overpair. So he's mainly trying to deny equity from ace king and ace queen and ace jack and
Call.
hands with 2 overs, but John does have the goods.
Check.
29,100 in the pot.
Check.
And it goes check, check. And Andy somehow does not lose a bigger pot with an overpair.
Nice. I've done it. Money's probably gone. No.
Check.
Is it?
Check.
No.
Bill with an open-ended, John with a pair and an open-ended.
15.
Maria with just ace high, gives it up.
Check.
It looks like John is going to go for some thin value and bet 1,500. Hoping to get called by a worse 10 or a 9. Maybe something like Jack 9. Oh, it looks like Bill's going to put down the hammer here.
Raise it up.
And this is what happens sometimes when you go for some thin value. And Bill makes it 9,500 to go.
Nice. Found it.
Test it in.
Tough spot here for John Cohen. And Bill with this huge river raise is saying he has Jack 8 or King Jack. It's tough for John to lay this one down because he has a Jack in his hand, which should take away 25% of his combos of straights. John gives it up. Well done by Bill.
I don't think you will.
1,200.
Greedy.
Can't relate, man.
Why would I do that? Such an easy check.
Heads up. Check.
What was I doing?
1,200.
How do I fold?
Garrett with top is going to put in some value, and Chris is going to call with ace high and some backdoor straight draws, and he's going to get there on the turn. It's a pretty brutal turn card for him, although he must like turning an ace. $2,200, and Chris is going to have no option but to continue here.
Yeah. Check.
I think Garrett's going to go pretty big here, knowing that Chris might think an ace is chopping. Maybe something like 14,000 or 12,000.
That's it.
Chris shouldn't have too many sevens unless it has a 7 of hearts.
15.
And there it is, 15,000. Time chip thrown in there already.
Fast one only.
Football, I'll watch like the playoffs and the Super Bowl. Like, that's it.
Chris is going to have to call this sometimes and fold this sometimes. He's in a really tough spot. He can call here with all his sevens. Having a 10 in his hand is actually really bad, because a lot of Garrett's bluffs will pertain a 10 of hearts, specifically for some flush draws and straight draws. So, although he has to call this bet sometimes, I think his removal is pretty bad in this hand, besides having the ace, obviously. And Chris does pay it off, and Garrett's going to get paid for almost a $40,000 pot.
Get him, G-Man.
Thanks, man.
We raised 25.
Andy with a 3-bet from out of position. Should be a big pop root here. Byron with the pair and a flush draw, and Andy with top pair. Flush for Byron. Almost 10,000 in the pot. Bet of 6,000 and a snap call from Andy.
Check.
21,900 in the pot, and Byron with a jack high flush. How much value does he want to extract here? $20,000 a pot size bet, and Andy with no spade in his hand. This board definitely hits Byron's range harder with flushes. Andy looking for a live read, anything that he can pick up on. Andy's going to throw in a time chip. Pretty hefty bet by Byron, so Andy's got to risk 20,000 and win 40,000, which means he has to be good here 33% of the time. Does Andy think he's good here 33% of the time? Oh, it looks like Andy's reaching. He doesn't like it though.
A lot of big hands for sure, yeah. Been kind of like that all day. It's been pretty quiet. It's been so many big hands.
Andy in the tank, and he usually thinks super fast. He knows this is a close spot, and he just makes the call. He's gonna see the bad news.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Did you deserve it?
Yeah, it was actually my dad I'm talking about. My dad used to slap me sometimes.
Pretty good.
1,500.
You know.
That's pretty honest. Yep.
Just right in the
Standard.
face.
Usually that comment saved for like hour 18, but I like it. Yeah. Fuck it. Let's do it on hour 6 on stream, right? Yeah. Can't wait to ask your dad about that one.
Johnson with number 1 pocket aces. I feel like I've been saying that all night.
Heads up.
Never met his dad.
Oh, and Chris flops a set. We're going to see a lot of money sprinkled in this pot. It's a very wet board.
2. Okay.
Looks like
Two.
John bets half the size of the pot. This is a board that should hit the big blind calling range.
8,400.
It's the middle blind, so there should be a lot of pocket pairs. Some 9-10s, some Jack-10s, some flush draws. And Chris check raises this one big, 8,400. John looks down at his aces. He loves it, but doesn't like it on this board. He also has ace of diamonds, so it's impossible for Chris to be check raising a nut flush draw.
You have about 25? Yeah. Right around there.
Remember, Chris did show that bluff, his first or second hand in the stream, and that's got to be ringing in Johnson's ear.
Seconds.
All in.
All in.
All in from Chris to make his hand look very, very polarizing, like a flush draw or a made hand. The problem is would Chris be doing this with something mergy like a queen of diamonds?
About how much does he have?
I have you coupled.
Here we go. Alright.
10 seconds. Time.
Johnson in a tough spot here. Ace of diamonds. So it takes away some of Chris's combos of like ace 9 of diamonds and ace 10 of diamonds straight draw flush draws. Maybe even some ace 5s and ace 4 of diamonds that Chris didn't choose to 3-bet.
Service?
No.
Chris can't have those hands because Johnson has that ace of diamonds. Pretty important card.
You need service? Alright.
Although John is really high up in his range. It's his best one pair of hands,
Call
but
service for me?
that board is super connected.
10 seconds.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think Johnson will call. Put a 2 if you think he'll fold. 1 call, 2 fold. I've seen Johnson be very spot on in all these big decisions, so I'm going to say he folds just because of what I've seen. I see a lot of 2s in the Twitch chat. What do you guys think in the YouTube chat? 1 call, 2 fold. Problem is would Chris do this with 5-6 of diamonds? Probably.
How many times have I used?
2.
9-6 of diamonds, 10-6 of diamonds, all the straight draw flush draws. Would he do this? Yes.
10 seconds. Time.
Johnson throws in another time chip. I do not envy his spot in this hand.
Man, these times go by fast when you need them.
Someone's breathing hard in the mic, and it's definitely not me. Wonder if it's Chris. Dan Zach threw a 1 in the chat. He thinks Johnson's going to call.
Time.
I think Johnson's going to fold. I wish Dan Zach was back here so I can make him a prop bet. I got faith in the World Series main event champ. It's not an easy spot. The problem is we went over the hands that Chris could be bluffing with. And Chris is a pro's pro and definitely will have the right frequency of bluffs and is aggressive. I'm not sure who's doing the heavy breathing, if it's Chris or Johnson, but someone's breathing fairly heavy.
All right, he calls you.
Oh, and Johnson does make the
Once or
call.
twice?
Johnson makes the call.
2 times? All right.
They're going to run it twice. First one to Chris. Second one to Chris. And now I'm glad that Dan Zach's not back here in the booth with me because he would have taken my prop betting money.
Make it 1,000. He raised 4,300.
Andy with the 3-bet, and John's going to come in with the cold 4-bet here with pocket aces.
10,000.
10,000 to go. We've seen John Cohen do this with like ace-4 and ace-5 suited. John Cohen's definitely fearless, but here he's got the stones.
Yeah.
Seat 7.
Can I get a
Call.
venti black iced tea, no sugar from Starbucks, please?
Check.
Yeah. Player card?
137.
Oh, they take that there?
Yeah.
I don't think I have any money on it.
Bet 11,000. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan.
And he does call and he makes a pair. John's going to bet 11,000.
Call.
And Andy's going to make the call. And he's drawing to 8% equity.
Check. All you can eat.
All in from John.
10.
And it looks like it's something like 22,000-ish.
So this is 20,
The question is,
22,000.
does John Cohen do this with like ace-queen of clubs and ace-jack of clubs? Those are his most likely bluffs. Not too many combos of those, though.
Yeah, I lived in
See if Andy can figure this one out.
last year, so I was playing at almost a bunch, and then I decided I wanted to move back down to San Diego, so I just drive up like once or twice a week. Sometimes it's
10
just,
seconds.
it's like very political they I'm playing, because I just didn't want to deal with it. Like, yeah.
Andy gives it up.
Yeah.
50, 75 maybe.
Yeah.
Damn you to hell. What a nice fucking guy, dude. Just immediately tells it.
My dad watched
Right?
my dad watched one of the streams. Was like,
One large.
first time he's ever seen me do anything poker related. Like, I don't talk about it. His own comment, he's like, man, that one big guy. He goes like, the one with the shiny forehead. He goes, talked a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're like, that was a quiet day.
Yeah, he's like, is every table like that? I was like, nah, that's just him.
Usually it's just quiet, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's usually pretty nice. We enjoy it, but ugh.
3,000.
He ruins everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Bill with the slow play trips. And he's
This is
still
what you
just
gotta do
calling.
in poker. The bad players
Definitely
you
a
do what
set
you
the
can.
trap here for
Whatever you
Byron.
do, keep him playing. Yeah, we just let him go.
Yeah, we.
Check raise incoming.
You see the 10-6.
Let's see Byron checking this one back.
Good one. Classic.
Yeah.
It's always good to bring
8,000.
shit out from the vintage
8,000 to
album
go.
every
Yeah,
once in a
yeah,
while,
no,
you
you
know?
gotta
Yeah, for sure.
Flex. Let you know we haven't forgotten.
Yep, yep.
I think it's going to be a raise here and something to the fine tune of 28,000. Here it comes.
Keep it up. Make it 23,000.
23,000 and Byron is perplexed here. Wouldn't you have protected a 5 with that flush draw and straight draw on the turn? Pretty sick play here by Bill. Getting in here with the old school slow play. Gotta mix it up if you're gonna be playing some high stakes poker. You gotta be unpredictable, and Bill Klein is definitely doing that.
Time.
Byron a bit confused here. And at these spots, it looks like a 5 or nothing. So here comes the leveling. Does Byron believe Bill Klein has a 5?
Yeah, that's like, I was surprised you didn't get more reaction to that.
It took me a couple seconds to
Yeah.
digest it. Yeah, I was like zoning out, and then I was like,
Cause I was like, he said it, I was like, he's kind of shy.
yeah. No one else puts nearly as much face lotion,
Yeah.
nor
Really
talks
takes
a
care of his
fraction.
skin.
Well, this one's got to be about me. Yeah.
10 seconds.
He was really impressed with your 5K time when I said it though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a compliment I'll
Yep,
fucking
yep.
take.
He
Yeah.
called you.
That's got a 5.
And Byron does make the call, and Bill Klein's going to ship a $56,600 pot
One day, buddy.
with a
Keep
little bit
working
of
hard,
slow play
you'll
to get the
there,
magic
man.
through.
Not like
Yeah.
that here.
The internet's such an incredibly funny place.
Yeah, nothing I say is original.
Yeah.
Just stolen.
Yeah.
It's like, I hope they don't call me out.
I know.
So you weren't lying when you said you were going to take Bill's line about like.
Yeah,
You know what
no,
I-
You're definitely using that.
I assume that everyone knew that you got that on the internet.
Yeah, no, you didn't realize.
The only one's lame enough to like do shit like that. Yeah.
Bill Klein with number 1. He's going to get some money because Andy does have top pair. Garrett with the mystery hand.
Raise 35. Garrett's cards.
No.
And Andy goes for a check raise while Bill has number 1. Bill's going to make the call, and just like that, we have $11,000 pot.
Yeah, when you describe like starter packs for whatever various things, I've seen them for like so many things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you don't have.
Andy's going to feel even more comfortable with his king now.
Person or group of people. And you give, like, a
Bill's
starter
going to feel
pack,
very good with
like,
his
Guido
aces. It's
starter
less
pack,
likely
it'll,
that
like, name, like,
Andy had something like
yeah, and
pocket
that's
threes now.
always so fucking funny.
There's
It's
only
fun.
one
Oh,
combo.
it's just so
I need to go
ridiculous.
like look those up then and read
Yeah,
across
yeah.
the board what
For
everything
sure,
is.
yeah.
Bet of 6,000.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit it. Like, I love the internet. It is such an incredibly fun
$23,000 in the pot.
So funny.
The diamond gets there, which might save Andy a bet here.
Like, I'm just sitting around on Twiddle.
And
wasted,
Bill
like,
does
40
check it
minutes.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill does win a $23,000 pot with 2 aces.
That's the level when you fold.
Yeah.
And they take a sec,
Yeah.
double check the cards,
So look back.
and then they pause for a sec, like they're gonna show you something, and then throw it in the muck. That one.
That is the worst.
So, that's his move. So what you just described is like as dirty as it gets.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
even just the look back
Oh, I didn't see
itself.
that.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Even, like, you just aren't allowed to look back.
Yeah, you just got it's just oval.
You just can't look, no matter what. You're not allowed to look. Put your fucking hand in
Yeah.
the pot.
But especially like the especially when they like pause and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm at least gonna see, and they're like, nah,
Yeah, it's like it's wasting time.
it's everything.
26.
like, we get it, you're the nittiest fuck ever, trying
Yeah.
to convince the guy you can bluff, like,
We get it.
we get it, man, yep.
My friend had a funny one. One of the tournaments this summer, he had some guy like doing the stare down at him, and he said he was just sick of it, so he just decided he was going to accept the challenge, just stare back at the guy. He said he used to stare into the guy in the eyes, not blinking. And he said he was like waiting for, he was like, someone had to break, and they just stared at each other for like 5 minutes. He was like, I hated every second of it. He's like, but I couldn't break.
It's still more mature than the way I usually am, which is just start verbally assaulting them.
Just completely lose your cool.
Yeah.
Wow, and look at this play. Byron check raises the turn.
Chips.
I can take
Gets
some
it
if you
through.
wanna give it a one.
I think he made it 11,000 with just middle pair.
I can take 40.
Yeah.
I'll take a stack of your green.
He showed it to Andy, that's why Andy
I'll take
smiled.
40, yeah.
Okay.
Then that's just your own fault.
26.
98,
No, I'd be
1981
willing to
Fuentes.
do that. I wouldn't want to leave you hanging like that.
Joey Coyote 71. Make
Yeah.
sure you guys all
Yeah.
hit the subscribe button in the
Yeah,
YouTube
like,
chat. YouTube.
I would
What's
do
up,
it
Kyle?
because I'm just never gonna be the guy to say no, and I would be like, oh man, yeah. You guys got John and I just
28.
real
What's up,
uncomfortable,
Mark?
but we just can't say no.
Straddle round. 1, 2, 4, 800.
I bet
Sup?
we can get him to say no
Let's
at
go.
16. I don't know if I've ever seen John pass, but I think we get him at 16. Yeah. Even one
Opening for
round.
Johnson with my favorite hand, pocket eights. Bill with the gut shot.
So
Backdoor
you gotta
dive
get
and draw
him
Andy with
you
two
throw an
overs.
800 of it, man. Then I'll do it.
Gonna go check through. Pots are so massive that these players are playing a little passive.
Think about taking another break. The whirlwind, huh?
I need my watch to keep track of like stress and whole. I need to throw this on John for a poker session one day.
Have
Just
you got it to be somewhat accurate for stress?
like the times it shows. In general, I'm just like very low stress, but the times it shows a little spike, it adds up. One of the times was really funny. I looked. It was like my mom walked in like doing Thanksgiving, and it was like.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really interesting.
Hope she's not watching, man.
Yeah.
She'll be real whole for that one. Oh wow.
Bill continues with this gut shot.
I don't even
And
trust
this
my
king of
Harvard
diamonds
one in
gets a
my watch.
king on the river.
I mean, I think they're all off a little, but
I read some stuff talking about Apple Watch actually being the best of all of them
Is
at
it?
measuring.
Okay.
I read this.
I believe it.
I think it's fucking way off all the time. So
Like, I'm not running that all.
13.
yeah, I wonder if the other ones are. Yeah, I'm just in denial probably, right?
Sean's gonna bet and Bill's gonna make the call. John's gonna win almost a $50,000
Yeah, I got
pot with two eights.
I don't want to pay the whole thing. I just wanted to see the
500
card.
seems good, yeah.
I just wanted to see the card.
Pretty beast, dude, to go all in and shove your $5 chip.
Okay, the 200 just kind of off. There you go.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
You got it.
Yeah, man,
You helped
you're
me out.
all in. All in for 84.
That was like 75.
But he threw his ante on top of yours because you threw an ante in. Just the Galen has to have his play with his own chips.
2000.
Feels bad, man.
Byron now with two queens.
Yeah.
Raised to 2,000, gets Chris to come along, and John Sin with ace jack. Suited variety of clubs.
Great. 82.
John's gonna make it 82. These pots are getting super huge pre-flop. 92, that is. Byron just shoved the hand before. What line does he choose his best with two queens? And he just flats. And that's probably gonna get Chris to flat as well. Wow, we have another $30,000 pot. y'all want nosebleeds, these are some nosebleeds.
3 players.
Chris with the flush draw. Dry board.
10.
Bet of 10,000. And you're sandwiched if you're Byron. Chris has got a pure continue. Byron gives up the 2 queens.
Call.
Johnson gets the worst hand to call and the better hand to fold. Talking about good timing. $15,000 bet by Johnson, the main event champ, 2018. If Chris's spades are live, he's getting a very good price. 15,000 and wins 64,000, and he gives it up. And Johnson is now back in the green after that pot. Bill Klein down 52,000. Byron live at the bike debut up 56,000. Maria Ho on a terror up $103,000. $103,000, 400 to be exact. And Chris Brewer in seat 9, ex-college runner, plays high stakes poker here in LA. Up currently 18,400, although it can fluctuate with this hand. Decided not to put in the 4 bet with ace king.
Check. Check.
Garrett with the C bet, more for protection here. Wants to protect his pocket 6s from 6 outs. Something like ace king or any 2 over hand. Give you guys some shout outs after this hand. Oh, and here Andy goes.
Raised to 12,000.
Andy must have picked up on something on Garrett. Garrett gives it up. Well done by Andy to take his 2s into a bluff.
Should have just folded at you.
They're giving him a round of applause. It's like if they know that the show's about to be wrapped up as well. Andy wins, I think, the last hand of the night, and yes, he does. Here are the chip counts. Here are the V-pips. Shout out to Brian, Wayne, myself, Patrick, and Evelyn, live bike team here. Here's the pre-flop raises.
Yeah, 110. Pretty good. Better than my fucking.
See Andy bringing the most action pre-flop.
4 I'll feel good.
15.
3. Nah.
We're going to get the cumulative winnings up in a second. And there it is. Maria absolutely crushed. Byron did very well on his high stakes debut. A lot of people in the middle. Not a very good night for Bill and Andy. Hope you guys enjoyed 226 hands of high stakes poker here on Live at the Bike. Make sure, once again, you guys hit the subscribe button on YouTube. And make sure you guys check out our website and put in the promo code POKER.